Hey there. So I went to the C2E2 convention up in Chicago this weekend, and so I thought I'd take a look here at some of the stuff I picked up while I was at the show. And so here's what I got at C2E2 this year. So starting off, I want to go over the books that I took to the convention that I already owned to get signed. So this is an art book for the first Matrix movie from 1999 that has a bunch of the concept art and things in it. And Jeff Darrow, who did a lot of designs for the movie, was there. And so he was the first guy. I went and found an artist alley. I don't even know if I can get this all on screen here. So these are design drawings he did for the interior of the ship in the Matrix. And so he signed this one for me. But yeah, this is just super detailed. Like this is, super detailed drawing that he did for, what they made into the ship in the Matrix. But yeah, this one's really cool. I had to, I've had this book for a long time, and when I saw he was going to be there, I knew I had to get this signed. Then I met Eric Larson, creator of the Savage Dragon, and I've seen him at conventions a couple times, but he's always been swamped. I've never been able to actually meet him, but I was able to this time, and so I got these two first issues of Savage Dragon signed by him. There's just been so many issues of Savage Dragon, and it's like, what do I have him sign? So I just went with the first issues on those. Then Kevin McGuire was at the show, and so he signed this first issue of Justice League for me, kind of featuring his iconic, group photo cover here. And then I had Justice League Europe 36. This is the end of the breakdowns story, and this is sort of like the flip side to that cover. And so he was nice enough to sign that one for me. Then writer John Jackson Miller was there. Now, this is another guy who I'm not sure if he's from the Chicago area. I think he might be, because I think just about every big con in Chicago I go to, he's there. And so I've tried to get this book signed a few times by him, and it just never worked out. Like I couldn't find him at his booth, or there was a long line or something. But this is the Knights of the Old Republic comic he did years ago. I think it's probably about 20 years ago now. And I love this. This is a great first issue. I might do a video sometime just looking at this, because there's a great twist in this book. And so I actually had him sign on that page. So we won't get into it too much here, but, spoiler for a 20-year-old comic book. This is where I had him sign here, was on the kind of page of the big reveal of this issue. And he said that he signs, so many copies of this book over the years, but no one's ever had him sign that page, which I thought was really weird. So I thought that was surprising. Next, artist Todd Knock was there. And I like a lot of his work, like Young Justice and the Marvel covers he does and stuff like that. But he did the Mystery Science Theater comic book. And I'm a big fan of Mystery Science Theater, so I had to get those signed. So this is the preview ash can that came out ahead of the series that I have, and he signed that. And then I asked him to sign the covers to the regular series that he did. And he was nice enough to sign all these for me. So I got these. And so that's 1 through 6 of the miniseries. And I also have this poster that went out to comic shops ahead of the release of the series, and so he signed that for me too. So I had that in a frame. I got to put that back into the frame. I also picked up this sketchbook that he had there. Now this got a little dinged up bringing it home, so I'm usually pretty good about that. So have to be more careful next time with that, because this was a sketchbook I bought directly from him. I don't know if it's available online too or something, but it's something I try to kind of pick up at shows, stuff like that you can get directly from guys. The other fun thing was he did artwork that was used in the Mystery Science Theater Kickstarter. And so this hoodie I have, he signed that for me too while I was wearing it. So he signed it right there on my back. So that was kind of fun. And he said it's the first hoodie that he signed. So that was kind of neat. Then I got, what else? I got the first issue of Radiant Black, a book I started collecting again, and this is signed by the writer, Kyle Higgins. I got, what else do we get? So I went to a Radiant Black panel they had there at the show, and they gave away these free prints at the panel. So probably can't get this all on screen right now. Ooh, here's a sideways shot. Yeah, so I got that signed to it, a signing they did after the panel. And, oh, you know what? I forgot, too. Back to the writer, John Jackson Miller. He came out with this Batman novel last year that I hadn't picked up yet, so he had it for sale there. And so I picked it up, and he signed it to me. And he also had these free posters that he was giving away, kind of to promote the book. I'm going to kind of do that there, I guess. And they've announced a sequel that he's doing, and so he had posters for that too. So this is for Batman Revolution, and this is the sequel to the Batman Resurrection book that he did, and you know, it looks like it probably features the Riddler there. So that'll be coming out in October, I think. Don't hold me to that. I'll check that online. So next up, I've got this Svengoolie Meets the DC Universe book that I'd been looking for quite a while. Svengoolie was at the show, but I wasn't able to meet him, unfortunately. But artist Christopher Jones, who drew the book, was there, so he signed this for me. So I got that. I got it signed by somebody. Then I got the first issue of Minor Threats. Scott Hepburn, the co-writer of that, signed this for me. I met him at the table. And they also had these books here. So this was a variant with a bunch of the characters from the Minor Threats universe here. And that I'm pretty sure is exclusive to the convention. And he signed this for me too while I was there. And I think now we're going to move on to stuff that I picked up at the show. You know, new. And so then I got a couple Transformers #1. And so this is from the new series that Skybound is doing now. Again, these weren't really on my radar or anything, but I'm getting really hyped up about the Transformers Kickstarter that's going on right now, where they're collecting the old Marvel series. And so I saw these there. I'm like, oh, might as well pick them up. Why not? And then I got this series, The Addiction. So this is a 3-part miniseries that's written by Vincent Zerzulo. And so he is from Metropolis Comics and, you know, ComicConnect.com. If you're ever on there, they're a big comic dealer. And this is like a series that he has written himself. And so he was there. And so he, you know, I picked these up and he was nice enough to sign them all for me. So I got those. So I didn't spend as much time digging in the back issue bins this year. I was running back and forth. They had a lot of good panels this year. So I was kind of going to panels and running back to the floor and so forth kind of throughout the show. But I did get this Gen 13 #1 variant cover. And so this is, you know, from back in the day when they started the Gen 13 monthly series. And this is the J. Scott Campbell, you know, like paper doll variant that he did back in the day. Again, this was something that was, you know, real big back in the 90s. I'm sure this was on the Wizard Top 10 back in the day, you know, that kind of thing. So a lot of those variants were going for quite a bit back then. And then this is kind of the big comic I wanted to get at the show. So this is the Godzilla vs. Chicago variant cover. Now, I didn't pick up this series when it came out, but I was in Chicago, and this is a variant cover that was exclusive to the C2E2 show. And, you know, this was all done by creators from Chicago, and it's got, you know, the flag on it and everything. So this is the one I really wanted to get, and I was able to get one, so that was nice. Then something that I try to get at shows when I can find them are these little Lego guys, and I don't know if he's showing up here. Hope so. I think so. So this is a Deadshot, a little Lego minifigure that I picked up. I see these at shows down south quite a bit. I don't see them around here, you know, up north too much. So, but one guy had them, so I picked this one up. And they're just, you know, kind of fun. It's still pretty detailed, you know, and everything for being, you know, a little figure. And, you know, when else are you going to see like a Deadshot Lego guy? So I went ahead and picked that up. Just quick little tip, if you're selling those, pick them up for your customers, because usually when I go to a booth that's selling these little Lego guys, they pick them up for you. This booth wasn't, and it's like, you know, I'm walking around with a giant heavy bag on my back because I'm buying stuff all day. And, you know, if I knock over your Lego figures, I'm going to feel bad, but not that bad. You know what I mean? So dealers should kind of be handling those themselves, I think. Then I don't buy a lot of Funko Pops. I kind of just get them as like souvenirs when I go on trips. So when I go to a con, I try to pick one up. And because I kind of tie them in like that to trips, I try to find something that kind of ties into what's going on, or maybe what I'm, doing on the trip and that kind of thing. So since Hush 2 just started up in the comics, I found this Hush Funko Pop from a couple years ago, and I got it a little cheaper because like the box is damaged, but I don't keep them in the box, so that's fine with me. So yeah, the box almost didn't even make it home because I had so much stuff in my bag. And so I picked that one up. And there's my badge from the show. I just went on Saturday. I think that's everything. So yeah, I think that's everything I picked up at the show. I just, went the one day, so didn't get to do everything I wanted to, but still had a pretty good time. And yeah, that's everything I got, everything I lugged home. Were you able to go, or have you been to any good cons lately? Did you get anything good? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter/X @Detective651, also on Instagram @Detective651. Be sure to check out my t-shirt store at tpublic.com/user/Detective651. I've got a lot of nerdy designs on there, and there's sales all the time, so check it out frequently.